Been funny. Oh,
hey, guess what? Crack open a cold A&W zero sugar for this.
There you go. All right, I'm going to turn down the volume a little bit. How's everyone doing tonight? Welcome to another version of Stack Your Life, where hijinks ensue.
Yes, this is where the less formal hijinks ensue. The podcast is for the formal hijinks. This is the less formal hijinks.
Yeah, this is the show where RJ just signs up for stuff.
Look, I am not signing up for anything. I won't get approved right now for anything anyway. So Clifton is in Aruba, which is now going to put that Beach Boys song into my head for the entire evening. Tariq, hello, sir. Tariq, I want to know. No, you're not getting it until March. Never mind, because you're 524.
Very jealous of Clinton right now.
So apparently, I'm sorry. Did I say Clifton? I apologize, Clinton. So to this point, Keith, they have told me that my card is being FedExed and I should receive notification that it has gone out this evening. As of right now, and I'm logging into Bilt, so bear with me. As of right now, it is still showing we're building your card. He's also told me that I should be able to add it to my Apple Wallet that day, but I don't know how that's going to happen when I can't confirm it. So we'll see. But this is technically my third Bilt card because I had the original one came opened and wasn't going to roll with that, just on the offshoot. The second one, the person didn't put it in right to ship it to me, and then this one. So technically, this is try number 3. So we'll see. I'm not trusting them. I am simply unable to physically go anywhere and get the card. So I have to have some ability to hope they're doing their job. Hopefully third time will be the charm. That is the finishy of finishy names. But yeah, so I'm waiting on my Bilt card. I'm very interested to see if it will actually let me put it in. At least if I could put it in my Apple Wallet, I can have some ability to do things. But as of right now, that is not a possibility.
Yeah, that's again. I like the card. I like the card. I like the program. The company leaves everything to be desired.
And if this was isolated, but and again, I understand people like to nitpick on the internet, but even if half of the posts on the Bilt subreddit are correct about issues people are having, that's a pretty big sample of people.
It is an irresponsible number of people. And yes, we are 2 days until Bilt Day. We're also 2 days away from the beginning of Built Better by Rove, their new promotion. Insert.
I am not going to be getting the Crate and Barrel card. I do have to figure out if I keep the AA card, if I will product change it to something in the city lineup.
You're just going to become one of them custom cash degenerates.
I was thinking maybe the Strata just as a thing. I don't know.
What 3% category would you choose?
I would have to hold on. Let me. I don't even know what the categories are. Hold on.
Yo, the raccoon works in mysterious ways.
I am not getting a cut. They wouldn't approve me for one right now, Drake. I am LOL of LOL. I could do gas and EV charging because I'm still on the fence if I keep my business gold.
Mm-hmm.
So this way, if I take either or any of our vehicles, I will have the ability to get 3x on gas or EV. Oh, that's not one of the choosable ones. Hold on. That's just one that comes with it. I think. Hold on. They really do kind of hide this, don't they?
They sure do.
Line definitions. I don't care. Yeah, but I would probably do something like a self-select. All right, here we go. Fitness club, streaming, live entertainment, Cosmo, barbershop, hair salon, pet supply stores. Maybe live entertainment. Maybe. I don't do a ton of live entertainment, but I really don't have a necessity for the custom cash. Like, it's not even like if I had a use for it, maybe. I just don't. Let's see. Maybe I'll see if they can like give me the Costco card. The Costco card would be useful because that does have gas on it. So, are there any city transfer partners? I don't even know what city's transfer partners are, but probably not.
They are not great. Hey, Josh.
I don't do hi Josh. I don't do AA, so that doesn't help me. They have Air France, British Airways, JetBlue, Virgin Atlantic. I'm just going through the ones. Accor, but it's 1,000 to 500, which is criminal. Yeah, they don't have anything I would use there. So I would end up just cashing them out. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know if I want to get rid of the card, like the line of credit. I don't go to grocery stores, nor do I engage in a lot of gift carding. If I'm going to buy a gift card, I just go through Rakuten because I can get 6x on gift cards with my Rakuten card and the giftcards.com. One Accor point is worth €2. I don't go to the Eurozone.
Well, you can transfer out the Accor points into another currency.
I could. I just don't want to. Like, I can do a lot of things. I could drive to Boston as my primary airport. I could. I'm not going to. But yeah, I'll figure something out. I'll figure something out that will piss off the majority of the internet, I am sure. They convert it to $2.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
we'll see.
Accor points are which they would use for just reducing your overall
balance.
Day. Yeah, balance. It's effectively a statement credit, but they're worth like they're worth 2 euro cents per point, which would translate to about 2.4 cent per point. You can also transfer them to their airline partners. I wonder, I don't remember if they have Delta as an airline partner. But they do have one-to-one transfer with Air France, which is interesting. But that's just because Accor is a French company.
They are a French company. Emirates, Finnair, Flying Blue, Gulf Air, Japan Airlines, Qantas, Qatar, Singapore, and Vietnam. No.
Won't.
They have Eurostar, which is cool. I mean, again, I don't plan to go to Europe, so.
Eurostar, another way to generate Sky Miles.
Yes. Also, I have it on my Uber where I can do Sky Miles there. And I have a business account, so I can get 2 Sky Miles per $1 on everything.
There you go.
John, welcome to the chat. Hello. A little bit of Stack Your Points news. Matt has seen them. We are going to, at some point, my hope, my fondest desire is that before the end of March, we have merch. that is my plan. I'm waiting. I'm going to order the samples to make sure that nothing pixelates. And then from there, I am going to push the site live once my co-hosts sign off on everything. So Matt, we're going to have merch, and some of it has your face on it in digital raccoon form.
That's fine. That's not me.
It is Macoon. So in the very outfit you're wearing, no less. So yeah, so I want to make sure that nothing pixelates because it doesn't look pixelated on the site. But my worst fear is that I don't order the samples and then somebody gets them and they are pixelated. And I don't want that for anybody. So I want to order the samples, make sure everything works, make sure it's good quality. So it's, doesn't come with holes in it or anything like that. And then once that's done, we'll go live. We're not doing a ton of stuff off the start. We're doing a couple stickers. We're doing a few shirts, a couple mugs, some basic stuff. And then pixelated raccoon. That actually that would be a great title. That would be a great title. But yeah, so once we get everything checked out, from there we will go live. We're nearly to 1,000, which we don't need for the store, but at that point we can get some ads. For those of you who don't have YouTube Premium, you might see a couple more ads. Though our show is so long, I'm not sure you would notice the difference. And if you're a YouTube Premium subscriber, you won't see any change and we'll get a slight bump on the back end. So either way, we're, I think, 18 away, which is very cool.
Hopefully we can hit that number during the show.
That would be cool. If you have alt accounts, please go follow us. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, so we're doing well. It's we've all had interesting, all of the hosts have had interesting 2026s so far. But for the show, it's gone really well, guys. Stacy, hello. Good evening. Sharika, YouTube ad is something that other people watch. It's like, what is main cabin? Somewhere other people sit. So a little bit of housekeeping, but going very well. So I'm pleased, Matt. We're rocking on there. The year has been full of terror, but so far that has gone well. And we're up to 46 subscribers.
Nice.
Or 46 members, excuse me.
Excellent. YouTube Premium, non-negotiable requirement. Yeah, pretty much. I was driving up to Hyde Park earlier today, and I was watching, I was having a YouTube video play, so that I had something to listen to on the drive, and I didn't want to listen to Sirius. There was an ad every 15 seconds.
Yeah, it does that. It just decides that ads are going to happen. So yeah, I use Apple Music a lot. I don't do Sirius or XM or anything like that. I think they're the same company now. That's how long it's been since I've used them regularly.
You've been the same company now for about 25 years.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Shriek, that's true, a true one right there. But yeah, so I do a lot of Apple Music. I do a lot of podcasts when I drive because it makes it feel faster. I'll put on an ATP episode or an upgrade episode, because that way I don't have to worry about how long it is, because the episode is usually, I did get through 2 episodes of the talk show on my way to New Hampshire. It was a solid 4-hour drive. So that was a lot of talk show. Premium Wi-Fi on the cruise. Very nice. I like the idea of a cruise. I just don't drink anymore. And going on a cruise sober sounds terrible.
It sure does.
I mean, going on a cruise when I still drank also kind of sounded terrible, but yeah. So loyalty benefits do rock. I believe loyalty benefits rock might be an official SYP
I
policy.
think we can take that stance. Yeah. We can definitely hold that stance.
So Matt, YouTube does not let you download. Yeah, that is annoying.
It's got to be something in the mechanics of members only.
Yeah, because once you have the file, you could potentially share it, so it might just be an anti-measure. I would figure you wanted it silent on the drive so you can plan on which sub you're getting next, or the next 7 subs you're gonna get, but I appreciate it.
No, Filmo doesn't care about subs at the moment. Filmo cares about grenading everyone out of a lounge so that he can have the lounge to himself.
I also respect that. So Matt, you and I planned our live tonight. You threw in an idea for something we should talk about, and I think we should talk about it first. Get the topic out there because it's something that it was a popular discussion point in the Discord today.
Yeah.
And I am annoyed at a company that I typically am not annoyed at, which is always fun. So why don't you introduce our first of, I'm sure, many topics for the evening?
Yeah, absolutely. I've got some late breaking stuff that I was. Stacy and I were on a Ask Me Anything or Q&A before this live. Guess which company we were on a Q&A for? Not hard. So, do you like American Express?
I enjoy their products.
Okay. Do you like the easy accessibility of the American Express Platinum card?
I would like everybody after me to have much tighter regulations to get the card.
Okay. Do you like spending $12,000 on a personal card welcome offer?
I do not. No. I am very firm in the no on that one.
Well, Amex has decided that $12,000 is going to be the going rate for a little while as the minimum spend requirement on the American Express Platinum card. You will have 6 months to complete the minimum spend. So the 6-month timeline is still a thing. They've raised it from like 1 point, whatever it was to hit 8,000 to just under 1, I think, to 2,000 a month. This is a way to do self-selection off of the American Express Platinum. Now, they'll still do no lifetime language. They'll still do other like targeted offers for you. If they want to invite you personally into the club, they're going to send you a mailer with your, 8,000 in 6 months, get 175,000 points. But the public offer now on the website is $12,000 in spend.
Yeah, man, that is. I'm going incognito for a second because I'm trying to see what it is because I've used my browser. So it is. Excuse me, as high as 175,000 because they now love that as high as.
Yep.
Up to as high as, yeah, they love that, but it is the 12 in 6. Notably, the gold is as high as 100,000 for the 6,000. Let me scroll because they don't put the green anywhere good, and the green is just 40,000 for 3. Like they don't even give you an up to on that one.
Yet, because if they did up to 40,000, that would just be insulting.
Well, I would imagine it would be up to like 80. Like if they're going to do an up to on that card, I would imagine it would be something like an up to 80. Yeah. But I don't like. So one thing I think that business cards have taught credit card companies, right, is that people are willing to spend more on subs if you allow them to. Right? Because they know when you and I say applied for our Blue Business Pluses and we put whatever we put for our yearly whatever,
Mm-hmm.
that we probably didn't actually need a business credit card, right? Like they know, right? And I'm sure it's fine. Like we both pay our bills. It's not a big deal, right? But they know. So I think what one of the side effects of everybody getting business credit cards, and I say everyone in quotes, everyone getting business credit cards is that they realized, well, if we tell people you have to spend X and Y for, Z points and they'll do it, why not up the minimum spend on other places? Why not, like, we want them to swipe the card. We want them to spend a lot of money because especially Amex, they get the interchange fees. Why not? And I think this is a side effect of it. I think this is a side effect of people being willing to do the business card spend, the 15,000 on the business gold or the 20,000 on the business platinum. And then them knowing the data of people hitting that, right? So I think this is partly that. I think it is partly they want to potentially turn down a little bit of the volume of people applying, and not have the underwriting change because that's regulatory, right? Like if you change your underwriting guidelines, you have to file that with the states. You have to file that with the government, right? But if you up the minimum spend, you're going to have some people self-select of just like, this isn't worth it for a little while. There may be some of that. There may be just like, well, people are coming from the CSR, and if we can get them for 50,000 for 12 grand, why not? So there's a lot going on here. I think it's bad. I think it's dumb. I think it's not good. I really don't like this. I don't like the creep of how big welcome offers are getting. I think smaller welcome offers that are more reasonable to hit is probably better for more people, just from like a sustainability perspective. But this is not a move I like. The only thing that I think is okay is the fact it's 6 months and it's not 3. If this was 12 and 3, I would be screaming. The fact that it's 6 again is not good, but it at least is 6 months versus 3.
So here's where I am on this. This is a move very akin to another company that you and I both very much enjoy in Apple. Because how much is RAM on an Apple product?
I believe currently it's 1 kidney.
Sure. I was also going to say with whatever Apple says it is.
Yeah.
How much is storage on an Apple product?
More than God himself has.
And again, whatever Apple says,
yeah,
the price is. American Express in the last year and a half has been flooding the market with membership reward points. There have been and maybe not the general market necessarily, but in the market, in the points and miles space that we're a part of. Hi, Philip. The space that we're in, American Express has been just opening fire hoses of membership reward points. Everybody can get them at every time. And
Rakuten, like having Rakuten as an option, like that is I'm getting 60,000 in like a week.
Yeah. So they have been flooding the market, and they've been flooding the market and doing no lifetime language offers. Like Keith's mom is the poster child of getting no lifetime language, like 250,000 point business platinum offers like every other week. Again, they've flooded the market, and now it is time to tighten things, start tightening the noose, and start changing behavior of American Express customers. Like 80 is the floor currently, and now they
Mhm.
do their as high as. They're not going to cut down the minimum spend requirement now because they know that you are willing to pay and you are willing to charge that much money through the card. Either when they moved it up to 8 on the personal side, it was kind of like, oh, it's still it's still doable. It's not hard and it's 6 months, right? Now they've moved it to 12. It's still doable, and I'm doing the marketing for them right now. It's still doable if you're willing to do $2,000 a month for 6 months in exchange for something around the lines of 175,000 points. If you're getting the 175,000 points, most people, because this card is still a status icon, a lot of people view it as, I've got an Amex Platinum. Do you need
Mhm.
an Amex Platinum? No, but I've got it.
Yeah.
Part of why I do think they should have taken part of why taking the regulatory route probably would have been the better bet for customers would have been, it's really easy to get a platinum. It's like the dirty
Too
little
easy to get a
secret.
platinum, let's be honest.
Yeah, the dirty little secret of American Express is it's super easy to get their cards. It's
The
presented.
charge cards are super easy. Some of the other ones are less.
Yeah, like there may be some scrutiny on the Delta Reserve. There may be some scrutiny on the Hilton Aspire, on like some of the credit cards. Sure. On the charge cards, you don't need much to get a charge card from American Express.
No, I could get a gold right now. I don't think I could be approved for anything but a gold right now.
Yeah. Um, they want it to still, they want the access to get the card still super easy. They're now doing this because they've modeled behavior before, and Clinton's on his way to Colombia. Nice.
Enjoy.
Orangestand is a place I definitely want to go to. I mispronounced that because I do not speak Dutch properly. 700 plus score and a pulse. I don't even think you need a 700 necessarily. But it is super easy to get these cards. It is super easy to hit it's not super easy to hit the minimum spend, but Amex is going to change the customer behavior. I don't necessarily think that this is a portend to other issuers, because when other issuers try to mimic American Express, it doesn't go very well.
No, it is very much like Apple. You're right. In terms of Samsung does a thing, Google does a thing, whoever else does a thing, it goes fine to okay. Apple does a thing, everybody buys it, right? Like,
Yep.
I am getting an Apple folding phone. One of my best friends has the Galaxy Fold. Like, that phone is going to outsell a lot of Google's products, right? When Apple releases their folding phone.
All of them.
Right. Simply because it's Apple, right? Like, I am not going to get a phone that doesn't run iOS because I just prefer iOS, right? Like, and it is a preference, right? Like, but I also know my nieces and nephews, like, I don't care if friends of mine have green bubbles. Oh my God, you talk to teenagers
I don't want
and
to.
it's no, unfortunately, I have to occasionally, but like, you talk to teenagers and they're like vicious about green bubbles. Like, it's not the people like in their 20s, 30s above that care about the green bubbles. It's the high schoolers. Like, they care so much about like that little symbol. And I do think American Express is similar, right? Like, that is a status symbol, whether most of us want it to be or not. It just is. Whether we think it's dumb, it is. It doesn't matter how we view it. It sort of matters how the general public views it. So I do wonder. I wonder if this is a trial balloon. I wonder if this is a lot of things, but I don't like it.
I think this is just the slow boiling of the frog.
And maybe they're just trying to squeeze everything out because things are going to be interesting this year. Apple is over 50% in the United States. Like, I want to say it's like 56% in the US.
Yeah.
And it's in the 70s and 80s for a lot of demographics.
in Western, outside of the US, globally, Android is 67 or 70% of the market at least. But that is it's a very non-US dominance with
It's
Android.
also several companies. Like Android is 100 companies, right? Like
Yeah.
you can put Android on anything. The only phone that can run iOS is an Apple phone. Like so that is part of the difference.
Mhm.
We will get back to Bilt. That's not good.
Nope.
Especially when they promised that would not happen. But yeah, no, I do wonder. I wonder if this. I wonder a lot, but I don't think it's good. It's not good for the consumer.
It's not, but what we're gonna see this was announced in February, so we're mid quarter one
Right.
of 2026. I will say by quarter three, they will probably have enough data to and their conference call for quarter three results is going to extend of like, you know what, minimum spend on the American Express Platinum still was raised to $12,000 in 6 months. We are still getting record signups on the Platinum.
I do. So I think I think there's two routes they can go, right? They can have the platinum be an aberration, or they can have it trickle down. Because right now the gold is still 6 and 6, and the green is still 3 and 6.
Mm-hmm.
If the gold then changes, if the gold goes up to 8 or 10, and the green goes up, that I think is more of a strategic move. If this only affects the platinum, that's not great, but it also is a siloed event, right? Like if Apple raised the price of the Fold to $2,000 but doesn't change the price of any other product, that sucks if you want to Fold, but ultimately it's a silo.
Mm-hmm.
If they only do this on the Platinum, if it doesn't impact any other card, then I do wonder if it's just them treating the Platinum different, or if it will eventually trickle.
There's another path that I think this could be, and I don't necessarily know how much I prescribe to this, but there's always been like the idea that there will be a card between there could be a card between the Platinum and the Centurion, or they have always had a card ready like in the background to put between the Platinum and the Centurion. It's possible that this is market testing to see, how high they could ramp up the minimum spend, move this new card in at that 12,000, and then readjust down where the Platinum may go back down to 8. I doubt it, but the Platinum may go to somewhere like 9.
9. Yeah.
Because the green is going to go up. And if you can move the Platinum up to 9, now you can move the gold up to 7,500 or 8,006.
Yeah, I don't think they'll do the 500. I also wonder if the green refresh is getting close. If this
Probably.
is them moving a piece, because the green is going to have a higher fee, almost certainly, which means it's going to have a higher welcome, which means it's going to have a higher spend.
Yep.
So maybe this is just the part, because was there an official announcement, or did people just start noticing it? Because I don't remember seeing an official announcement. It's possible that like this just went live and they're not planning to make hay out of it.
So I didn't see it come across as an official announcement from American Express. What I saw earlier today was Upgraded Points had an article on it. Then Daniel the Deal Guru had an article on it. Everyone could go to the website, and it was just because when Amex does these things, like there are some things that they want attention drawn to. There are other things that they don't want attention drawn to. And when they don't want attention drawn to it, they don't announce it.
You mean like removing cards off their website?
Exactly. So what I think we're going to end up seeing Now, don't hold me to this because I'm just a guy on the internet who just likes to talk out of, his mouth. What I think we'll end up seeing at the end is going to be you're going to see the platinum at 12,000 MSR at minimum spend. The gold go up to 8,000 minimum spend, and then you'll see the green at 6 with a higher welcome offer in terms of points. Annual fee somewhere, because the green's already at 150. I would imagine that the annual fee on the green is going to go to 225.
I could see 250 depending on what they do to it.
225 to 250, yeah. And they've at least acknowledged that more refreshes are coming. So
Yes.
green, business gold, maybe they remember the business green exists. Maybe they refresh the everyday cards with new names and bring them back at like a 150 annual fee on the everyday preferred.
Yeah, because they have like the Catalyst name they trademarked like something
Graphite,
else. Yeah.
Preferred Pro, all sorts of names.
Yeah, I do wonder how that's gonna work. I would like to know, like I wanna see the green. I think the platinum refresh was good. I'm on record saying I think it was a good refresh, but I'm interested to see. I don't think they're gonna change the multipliers on the green. I would love if they added gas, just put gas in transit, like don't just have it be there. Gas and EV, I should say. I don't see them doing it. Though here's the interesting thing with Amex, right? Amex has level 3 data. We know it, right? We know they have it. We know that they're able to code things in a way that not all the other banks can do as easily because Amex controls their payment network, right? So they can do things like put in gas, but not gas stations, right? Like they have that ability to be more granular with things. And I do wonder if that might, like, if you're just doing gas, like, yes, some people will spend a lot on gas, but you could limit it to like 25,000 a year for gas. Or you could just like, okay, if one random person spends 30 grand a year on actual gasoline, then like, sure, man, here's your 3x, right? Like there is the possibility that they do something like gas under those very narrow conditions because they do have that extra data.
Yeah.
I really just want EV charging in MR points, but you know.
It would be nice. Mike asks, do you think this is American Express's way of getting in the news right before the live launch of Bilt on the 7th?
Do you think American Express knows that Bilt exists?
Yes, they have to because Ken Chenault went to Bilt.
I know, but you get my point.
Yeah. This is not in like if Amex wanted to undercut Bilt, which given how everything's gone down since the 14th, Amex hasn't needed to lift a finger on that one. If Amex wanted to do something to undercut Bilt, they would have had the green card relaunch as a 2x everything card.
God, I want that so bad.
They would have just said, you know what, $250, 2x everything membership reward points, uncapped, this, and this other credit, whatever, right? If they really wanted to undercut Bilt, they would have just relaunched the green as a 2x everything.
You know what they could do on the green that would very similar, but would make me really happy?
2.5.
Well, yeah, but not what I was thinking. Keep the 3x categories and make it a capped 2x to like 25 or 50. Because you have the Blue Business Plus at 2x for 50.
Yep.
Make it like capped for everything else at like 25 for 2x. That way you're getting rid of a lot of the criticism against you, right? Like you now have a personal 2x card. Like you can do a higher fee on the green. Like it would solve a lot of their problems that way. I do agree, Keith, that FHR benefits cost more. I agree with that. I don't think the spend requirement is necessarily how they're paying for that, but I do agree that they cost more. Josh, I love you. I love this idea. No.
The interchange could certainly help with the amount of money that they had to burn to get the FHR properties to agree to one night and 300.
Yeah.
I still don't know what that number is, but I have to imagine, because like looking at the rest of the things that they put on the card, yes, getting Lululemon to partner with you was probably a pretty penny. Yeah, like you own Resi, so like whatever. $400, okay, but that's just self-dealing.
Yeah. We're
So
going to
like
move it from this column to this column.
exactly, and we're going to call it revenue. Not, but we're going to call it revenue. So like when they said that they were making the biggest investment in the American Express in the Platinum that they've ever done, it was you calling all the FHR hotels and just like forcing them to keep it at one night because they knew the edit was going to be 2. And they knew that the hotels were badgering them to move it to 2.
Yeah. I think that being in FHR, like, because they have the hotel collection and they have FHR, I think any hotel that really just resists can just go be the hotel collection, because that is a 2-night minimum.
Yes, but would you rather resist and potentially get no money or get a cut of whatever American Express may have offered these hotels?
No, but I'm saying, like, say and I don't know them off the top of my head, say the Grand Hyatt San Diego, right?
Sure.
Like, say they're like, we really don't want to do one night. Okay, be in the hotel collection, right? Like, you're still featured on our, like, Amex. What I'm saying is Amex has that off ramp.
Yeah.
So the people in FHR can have that ability that if they really hate the idea of one night, they can switch from FHR to the hotel collection, where the edit doesn't have that. Everything is 2 nights. So I do think that Amex has more flexibility there, because when they talk about the number of hotels in the program, they talk about the combined number. It's rare that you'll see, like, we'll talk about it, but it's rare you'll see them talk about it. It's usually combined. And I think that's because if somebody really just does not want to do one night, they can have that other lane for them where they're not losing them from their programs.
Keith also mentions that they did add FHR and the hotel collection to the business platinum as well.
They did.
And that was probably expensive to do.
Yeah, that was not cheap.
Yeah.
One card I do not miss at all.
Yeah. Tampa Travel mentions that I think Citi stole Chase and Amex's thunder with American Airlines. Bilt is merely a blip. Yeah. After Bilt lost American Airlines, like they did well to recover with Alaska, but Citi landing American Airlines and like not having to change the core value proposition of their cards. Like they were going to come out with a new premium card anyway.
Yeah.
Because we knew that Strata Elite was a thing that existed before they landed AA. Like landing AA was bigger than Strata Elite because, well, Strata Elite has a nice floor multiplier, a great floor multiplier. And like, I've said my piece on City Nights. Good marketing.
It's still a great marketing name. Like it is truly a great marketing name.
Great marketing name. I still sit here thinking, you could have invested.
Shake my head. Yeah, I shake my head at it, but it's a great marketing name.
So, like overall, like I don't think. I think if City is your ecosystem, I think Strata Elite can work for you, for sure. I also think that there's like crazy overlap now in the City ecosystem that nobody's willing to talk about. I do wonder if they hadn't landed American Airlines, how much burn Strata Elite really would have gotten over the summer and into the fall.
So here's the thing about Citi getting AA, I don't think it really bothered Chase or Amex that much because if you're in deep with Amex, is Citi really how you were running life? Maybe like when Hawaii and Alaska had their thing where you can move like maybe a little bit, but for the most part, like it was not your thing, right? And same way with Chase and United. They're so deeply intertwined that you were probably not regularly looking for AA if you're deep in Chase, right? Like you're either flying United or big on Hyatt or whatever. Um, I think for like Bilt, Wells Fargo, sort of those other companies that aren't Chase and Amex, that was it was a hit there. But I think it was something they noted. I think it's something they cared about, but I don't think it's something that really impacted them specifically. Those two companies, I think, because they already had their domestic partner, and they're so deeply ingrained with that. Like Amex was never getting AA.
Yeah.
Chase was never getting AA. Like, okay, Citi got it. They've been trying to put a ring on it for 30 years. Like, good job. Maybe have a couple, like maybe figure out the AA cards. We've figured out ours.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
speaking of that,
are
in
figuring out.
April, I'll be getting a Citi card.
Yeah. They are figuring out the AA cards now because we have the transition announced in April. We do have an idea of what cards you're going to get if based on what Barclay card you had.
Yeah.
So like they are figuring that part out, and they introduced the Globe cards. So like now they are playing on that no annual fee, 99 to 150, and they're going to be refreshing the Platinum Select to 150 because they're also putting out surveys now about moving the Platinum Select business card, the only business card that they have on the Citi side, up to 150.
Yeah. So yeah, it's interesting. Like the Citi AA thing is interesting, I think, for any company that isn't Amex or Chase. I think those two companies didn't really like. It's sort of like when you have an earthquake and it's like a 4 or 5, and you're like, huh, wall shook for a minute. Anyway, but yeah.
Yeah, the United card refreshes were what they were, and I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I don't think those cards are going to stay in the state that they're in, beyond this year. I think late this year or early next year, you're probably going to see those cards get refreshed again.
What do you think they'll change to?
They're gonna probably reduce in. So they brought in a new head of Mileage Plus, somebody who worked on Apple Cards, somebody who's, in the loyalty game. I think they're going to take another stab at redesigning as like Delta Clone, and you're going to see they're going to keep the structure that they have right now for the cards, but you're going to see things like PQP Head Start, something analogous with PQP Head Start. You're going to see them lower from $15 of spend equaling a PQP to probably 10 on the Elite card and probably institute 15 on the Quest, and probably throw 20 on the United Explorer, or institute something across every card where like X amount of spend will equal Y PQPs.
Yeah. Could be interesting.
And they'll probably fix the credits because the credits got a little wacky.
Yeah. I wish the Delta cards were just a Uber credit instead of
Rideshare.
The rideshare. That's annoying. But I get so much value out of those companion passes that I don't have to care. I think I got something like 2,500 out of my companion passes this year. So 2,500 over the annual fee.
Yeah.
So
and you could also see United start looking at companion fare.
Yeah.
additions to the cards. I think United in the next year or two, like United is hellbent on copying everything they can from Delta to get Delta level revenue and profits.
Yeah, because Delta's program is not profitable without SkyMile, like without that loyalty program, and the credit cards are a huge driver of that.
Yep.
So, Tariq, I hate to tell you, but they probably will on a refresh.
I probably I would bet on it happening, but they may also want to produce some keep some sort of value add on the 150s.
Make it the only one that gets a boost in mileage plus X, so people have to hold two.
Ooh, diabolical, yes.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Or keep the 2 on the United Explorer. It's amazing that they've never added any to the Quest. So 2 on the Explorer, 10 on the Quest, and unlimited on the Club Infinite.
Or they're going to cap it the way that the Reserve did.
That too, that would suck. But they both programs also offer club memberships, memberships to get into.
Wait, you can just buy things, Matt? You don't have to get them off a credit card?
Well, unless you're JetBlue, but yes.
JetBlue's a real airline?
Yes.
The thing is, I could fly a lot of JetBlue routes, but why? I don't want to split my loyalty, so I sort of just picked my poison, but I could fly JetBlue. No, Trig. I mean 10 on the club.
The Reserve is 15, so
okay, 15. Sorry.
Yeah, they could do something along those lines, though.
Yeah.
All right.
It will be interesting.
Use my Rove referrals. Don't do them for the next 3 days. Don't do them for the next 2 days.
Why?
Because it jumps from 500 to 1,000 on the 7th.
Everyone go do Matt's Rove referrals right this second. Disclosure time, Matt.
I moderate a Facebook group for Rove. I'll also hopefully be joining Test Flight when they launch their app for Test Flight. But no, I moderate a Facebook group for Rove. They give me 5,000 miles a month for doing so.
It's not a major disclosure, but it is one that we give.
They also
say it with the raccoon hands, Matt.
I would fly big seat up front if it's the only route that if it's the only place that will go. If it's the only plane that's going the place I'm going, I'll pay for big seat up front. It's fine.
The only way I would fly Spirit is if there was a relative that I cared about that was dying, and literally the only plane that could get me there before they passed was in fact a Spirit flight.
Yep.
But also I'm not in a huge Spirit airport, so probably I would be on, if I had to get out, it would probably be a Southwest flight. It wouldn't be a Spirit flight.
Yep.
So I'm going to defend Matt for a second. I give Matt a lot of crap because that is fun. I don't think Matt is a shill. I think there is a line between being excited about a product and if Matt wasn't excited about it, he wouldn't do the Facebook group, right?
Yeah.
He and I have talked about this a lot. He is genuinely excited about what Rove can be. And that is why he talks about it a lot. I am genuinely excited about a lot of Apple things, and I talk about it a lot, right? Sometimes you are just into a thing, and I'm not picking on you, Drake. You're just the person that made the comment. But sometimes you're just into a thing and you're sort of evangelizing for it, and you're not necessarily shilling it. It's just a thing that you like. And I think the internet has had the internet has taken a lot of nuance out of things, but the internet has also sucked a lot of joy out of things. If you're just excited about a thing and like it, like now you're a shill. It's like, no, sometimes you're just excited about a thing and it's cool. And I think like let Matt be excited. I'm excited that he's excited. Like I am not excited to the same level, nor is it a product for me, but I want them to do well because if they do well, there will be in theory more competition, right? And more competition is usually a good thing. So I think it is good. I think Rove is, do I think they're perfect? No. Do I call out things when I when I see them? Yes. But I am glad that they are there. Yes, Drake, this is what happened. And yes, it was.
The internet wasn't a mistake.
People were?
Yes.
Public access to it was?
Yes.
But anyway, but yeah, no, he also like he there are ways he could be shillier if he wanted to shill for it, and he doesn't. So I do appreciate that.
They also have no editorial control over anything I say. Like for the first time, Carissa asked for one of the links to the videos, but it was like after I published the video.
Yeah.
And she shared it in the Rove Discord, which was cool. But they don't get to see anything that I say. They have no control over what I say, with the exception of like what I say in the Travel Deals on Rove Facebook group.
Also, like almost every like YouTuber that like does like tech stuff, not just Apple stuff, but any tech stuff, like has a similar disclosure than what Matt is doing. They're just, again, if they're not getting editorial content and you're not saying nice things just to get on their good side, like Mr. Mobile has more disclosures. Like sometimes his video is like 2 minutes of disclosure, right? Like they flew me out, but no, I didn't give them editorial. They didn't see this until you, like all of those. Marquise Brownlee, same thing, right? Like at a certain point, if you're involved with people who are doing things, you have to give disclosures. It is better for people to give disclosures and you make up if you think they're a shill or not than them just not giving the disclosure.
Yeah.
Like if I secretly worked for Amex, I should tell you that. I don't, but you know, still.
If I got a job at Rove, I would tell you that.
Maybe is it public?
I don't remember how public or private it is. Carissa's posted the link for it in the Rove Insiders Facebook group.
We'll get back to you on that one. We'll to pull a term from corporate. We'll take that one offline.
Yeah. Rove has the benefit of learning from what went before them, capitalizing on what works and avoiding what doesn't. Yep. They're in a great place and look to be doing exciting things. So many exciting things. Like so many more exciting things.
Yeah, like here's the thing. I find them interesting. They're just not the company for me, which is why I tend to sound more critical. But I am also like Lonnie and I and Craig to a lesser extent are set in our partnerships, right? Like Matt is the most free agent of us, which is why I think Rove works for him and why it's something that interests him, right? Like if Matt was super tied to his partners, I don't know if Rove would be as interesting to him. But I think that his ability to be more flexible is why. Keith has a lot of options of where he can do things. So that says something.
Yeah, they in the next week they're going to be sending out to their members surveys about elite status on Rove, like what they want status to look like. You cannot spend Bilt Cash on Rove because Bilt Cash does not exist outside of Bilt.
Yeah.
The dumbest thing ever.
I'm really interested to see how Bilt Cash evolves.
I will, you know what? I'm done speaking ill of Bilt the company. Yeah. So they're putting out a survey about elite status. They are launching their flight search. They're reintroducing their flight search. They rebuilt it completely. Can you spend Bilt cash on Bilt? You know what?
Maybe.
We're going to table that and bring it back to discussion at a later date. Because probably
I'll find out. I'll be in there finding out.
Yeah. They're also going to be putting the app, the Android and iOS app, on Test Flight and whatever Google's equivalent of Test Flight is in the not too distant future. They are potentially announcing multiple new transfer partners by the end of the month. I have no idea who they are, but like the timeline is hopefully by the end of the month. Could that mean that it slips into March? Yeah. Would it really be a big deal if it went into March? No.
What do you think we'll get first? More transfer partners from Wells or more transfer partners from Rove?
Rove.
Which is saying something.
Well, Wells, I am aware of at least 2 that are coming. The 1 in Q1, 1 in Q2. So we'll see. Yeah. Waveform Podcast 325 from November, where Mr. Mobile interviewed / grilled MKD PhD for over an hour. Ooh, about his wallpaper app.
Oh yeah, I need to watch that. I need to watch that. I'm sure it's interesting. Like, here's the thing: Mr. Mobile was, and again, tech journalism is real journalism, but he was like in other types of journalism, I believe, as well. So.
Let's see. Other creators who have talked about Rove. GeoBreeze has talked about Rove a bunch. She's had Carissa on the channel. The Hurdy Gurdy podcast with Justin Vakula has talked about Rove. He's had Carissa on the channel.
We should, Matt, I would like you to invite Carissa to be on a live. I don't know if she'll do it, but I think it could be interesting.
She has said that she's a bit of an early bird. I've also known she's a bit of a night owl. So I will
ask. The worst thing she'll do is say no.
Yeah. No, she'd probably absolutely be down to do it. Thursday at 8:30, one Thursday at 8:30. Simulcast it my channel, this channel. Go from there. Frequent Miler has talked about Rove a bunch. GeoBreeze has Mary. Mary, she was just on Joe's live like 2 weeks ago. Mary's talked about Rove. Petite Vagabond talks about Rove. I have no idea who Petite Vagabond is, so that's new. Oh, she's Instagram and Threads mainly. Okay, that's why I don't know. Brooke Travel, but she's primarily on card pointers. Point Me to First Class Pod. Yep, she's talked about Rove. It's slowly growing, which slow growth is better than no growth, and slow growth is probably better than instant growth. One thing that was wild on the Q&A that we were on earlier, loyalty eligible stays has been such a hit that it's like broken the system that they use for it.
I do think, like, and this is something we're going to talk about, a little experiment I did later. I do think that, like, if you're super interested in different airline partners, right? Like, I am in Delta, Rove does not have Delta. I think if you book directly or elsewhere for your flight and use Rove just for hotels, you can still be really successful. Like, Rove doesn't have to be the only thing you do. And I think that also is something that, like, people want that all-in-one solution, right? Like, we talk about the modular card all the time because we all just want one card, but you can also use it just for hotels, especially with loyalty bookings, and not ever have to worry about the flight part. So that is another option as well.
Yep. And their shopping portal has beat Rakuten hands down for the last 6 months. And their shopping portal has 3 times the number of stores that Rakuten has. Don't see much in this 800-person group that I'm in with her about Rove, except that she did the one YouTube video, to be honest. She's mentioned it more on her YouTube channel, but that's fair. And I don't know how much she talks about it with clients specifically. I don't know if that Facebook group is about is like the client side of things, assisting with travel bookings and stuff like that. But she has mentioned it, and she has done a couple of videos on it.
It's also like unless you're like, you have the ability, because you kind of are generalist, right? Like you can talk about anything. Some people stay more into their lane and will occasionally talk about other things, but mainly stay in their lane. Because you can talk about anything, I think you are going to talk about a topic that interests you a lot more than most people would.
Oh yeah, and I'm like, my Rove videos aren't going to do tremendous traffic. Like the one I dropped today is only 306 views. The one I dropped 2 days ago, with the new quality of life features that they introduced, is only 530 views. Like they're going to be slow burn for sure. And yes, once the app comes out, usage is going to jump. They're also doing like card linked offers. They're going to be doing a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yeah. Yes. I just don't have a use for Capital One points.
Yeah, same. So
I wish I did. I really don't.
And if they screw up, I'm obviously going to call out their screw ups.
Because here's the thing: if you don't, somebody else on the pod will. Like
Probably.
between everybody else, somebody's going to say the thing. So, and also like everybody else has different tolerances, right? Like everybody else has different tolerances of what they'll do, like what you will allow a company who's trying different things to do. Right? We had a conversation on marketing the other day in the Discord. And like you and I just have different opinions on certain things, and that's okay. Like the credit card community is not a professional media environment, right? There are a couple of people who are in sort of journalism in a separate way, but like there is no like association of credit card YouTubers, right? No. I kind of wish there was at times so we could set some professional standards, but there's not, right? Like almost everybody has a day job or a side hustle or some other form of income. Very, very few people, if any, are living solely off of their credit card YouTube income, right? Like you got to have something somewhere else, right? Almost nobody. There are a couple of people with numbers that they might, but even then, like numbers can be deceiving to actually what you make, right? Like there are very few Tom Grossies among the credit card people. Yeah. And I think that because of that, a lot of it is just people with opinions, man. And I think that's part of what, when I see people on Reddit, like, oh, so-and-so's a shill for Bilt or so-and-so's a shill for Amex or whatever. Like, unless you're pushing links to cards you clearly don't like, but you just want people to get because you'll get a link off of it. Like, I don't care if you and I disagree with Lonnie on a lot of things, but I know he's being intellectually honest about it. He and I just don't agree because I fly Delta and he flies United, and I live in the East Coast and he lives in the West Coast. And he has kids and a wife, and I do not have children, thankfully. You know what I mean? Like, so people can disagree. Like somebody like Matt can be really excited about Rove and I can be less so, and it's okay. It doesn't mean he's a shill. It doesn't mean I'm a hater. But I think we're so conditioned on the internet. Again, the internet was a mistake. That it becomes this other thing where it's like, there's got to be some angle, right? There has to be some angle.
Yep.
I do not. I don't know if Matt does. I don't think he does.
I try to leverage them for, I don't default to their points, but I will use them to search to see if there's good value on Delta or Star Alliance, which Aeroplan just added ITA, Italia, all Italy's national carrier, because they just had a controlling stake sold to Lufthansa Group, so they're going to be adopting Miles and More. Do I use them frequently? No, but do I like to have the option to use them? Yes, and I will always keep transfer points available for both. How many flights do we take last year? I only was able to take 8, but that's just because my life is crazy.
Something like that, close to that, I think. So here's the thing about me and Matt's life that are going to be wildly different. Matt is within spitting distance of the city.
Yep.
That is New York City. I am not. So I am tidally locked into my partners because I don't want to fly Southwest. And that really is the only other big option for like I could have picked Delta, United, AA at roughly equal flying opportunities, right? But I kind of had to just pick one. And I picked Delta, and I am happy with that choice, right? So for me, because I'm in a regional airport, I don't like to book one leg and then another, right? Like I want to book the entire trip. Like that's just how my brain processes. That's how I do it. So from my regional airport, things like Flying Blue, there's just not availability. Like there just is not the ability for me to use it. So I just book Delta either through Amex or wherever else, Delta themselves. So,
yep. And yeah, you can only be in so many ecosystems before you dilute points. And getting no use out of them is what I think I'm not really prepared to add another ecosystem. Yeah, and that's fair. Like the beauty of something like Rove is that it is its own ecosystem. You don't have to worry about applying for a card for it. You don't have to worry about whatever else. It just runs kind of sidecar to whatever else you're doing, because you can use your Chase cards and get Rove miles. You can use your Bilt card and get Rove miles. You can use your Amex cards and get Rove miles. So like that aspect of it is really cool. But I absolutely understand too many ecosystems and diluting points of getting out, not being able to get out of them. There was a question earlier from Tampa Travel. So Tampa, quick things I can do there. Does Rove have transfer partners? They have 12 airlines and one hotel partner and transfer partner right now. That hotel partner is Accor at the moment. They are going to be adding more transfer partners. I was like, Carissa threw out a silly number that I don't know is going to be the case, but like they're adding more. They also just recently added Lufthansa Miles and More. They're the only US company that has Lufthansa as a transfer partner due to German consumer laws. Like Lufthansa is not allowed to sell their points directly. They have to sell them in bundles. But because Rove doesn't have a credit card and Rove doesn't sell their own miles directly, they have a way to transfer directly with Miles and More. Also, hey, Stinky Monkey Baby, my favorite Mountain Dew reference on the internet that I completely forgot was a Mountain Dew reference because it was Mountain Dew Amp.
Yeah, I do think it's interesting. Flight-wise for me, not going to work. Hotel-wise is more interesting. I have to deal with Bilt this year. I don't have room for another one.
Yeah.
I still have to figure out what I'm going to do with that sub.
Yeah, that's on you.
It's on something.
And yeah, domestic US flights, it can have some incredible prices. So like there's definitely value to be had there. Might as well cashback card instead of points. Yeah, maybe. But I'd rather like that is why I only do cards that I can cash out at 1 cent per point. Because it's all cash back in the event that I need it. So, speaking of portals, and the new portal you have to deal with, potentially, you were doing some research this week.
I was. So, unfortunately, I deleted the thing. So, thankfully, I sent you screenshots, which is helpful. 1 second. Sorry. I can't talk and type at the same time. It's one of my defects. So, I compared Tampa travel. Matt, answer Tampa's travel before I get into this.
Did I say no to Bilt 2.0? I said no to Bilt 1.0. I applied to the I applied for the Palladium just like as a goof because I knew it would be a soft pull. They were not able to extend me an offer for the card, so effectively I got a denial for it. I think they said too many accounts with low balances or whatever, so it's fine. I could just up my utilization by dropping some of my credit lines.
You could. I don't know why you would, but you could.
I could to get more cards.
I meant specifically for the Bilt card.
Oh, no, not for the Bilt card specifically. So I'm not in on the cards. I also am in one of those fun millennial situations where I don't rent or have a mortgage. And until I do, it doesn't make sense for me to try and grab points for rent that don't exist.
Yes. Okay. So I compared a couple of portals, and these are only the ones I have access to. So I didn't like do city or anything else because I don't have a city card. But I did a couple of different trips and compared hotel, flight, and the total for a couple different trips. I tried roughly to get something that is, Keith, your income might help.
Yeah.
I tried to do roughly a Delta-ish hub, a United hub, and an AA hub. I tried. The only one of them truly succeeded, but I did try. So the first trip I did was Boston, and these are all May 10th to the 16th. I wanted to try to get at least that part of it roughly the same. I did Boston, Massachusetts to San Diego, California, first class, obviously. And then staying at the Intercontinental in San Diego, Harbor View premium room. So I did that on all of them, right? So everything has a first class flight. Everything has that room. So I did Amex, Chase, Bilt, and then Direct. And then if the airline I was sort of targeting had a hub, or had a portal of their own, like Delta has, where you can book the hotel and the flight together, AA and United as well. I did that. So, Matt, before I did this, what would you have guessed would have been the cheapest? Amex, Direct, Bilt, Delta Portal, Chase. Like, what would your guess have been to the cheapest option?
9 out of 10 times I would assume it's Direct.
So Direct was the second cheapest in this particular case. It was $4,176 to book the hotel and the flight direct. And this was a non-layover flight. It was a direct flight, no layovers. And it still was the cheapest flight. I also tried not to be logged in. Like the portals through credit cards, you had to be logged in for. But I tried not to be logged in on the other sites. So any discount for being a member or having a status or whatever, I tried not to have that impact things. Actually, it was the Amex portal that was the cheapest, $4,126. And I did round the number just to make it easier. $50 cheaper. This was a tight layover though. This was a layover of like 40 minutes, which I wouldn't take. So I have the Amex with the same flight that I booked through Book Direct was $42.56. So just about $75 more. But the hotel was FHR. So you do get that perk. The flight was actually a little bit cheaper. The hotel was a little bit more expensive, but you get you get the hotel collection. So if those perks are something you potentially want, if you don't have status with status with the IHG, to where you're not going to get an upgrade, you're not going to get any of those perks, it may be worth it for you. So Amex, the tight layover was the cheapest, direct was second, Chase with the same layover, same 40-minute layover as Amex was number 3. That was about $10 or $11 more expensive than booking direct. And then you have Amex with the direct flight, Chase with the direct flight. Chase was more expensive than the Amex one. Bilt at $4,800 or almost $4,900. And then the Delta vacation portal at $5,186.
One of those things is not like the others. One of those things is bad.
So here's the thing with the Delta portal. I had to upgrade the hotel quite a lot. I think it was almost $500 to upgrade the hotel to the same room. And it was like $900 to upgrade my flight seat to first class. So if I had not done both of them, right? Like if I had just gone with a standard king room, it would have been cheaper than Bilt. It would not, I don't believe, cheaper than Chase. So Bilt would have been the most expensive if I didn't do both. Again, the point was to do it across the board, which is why I did it that way. But I did think it was interesting that Amex won there. Any thoughts on this one before we move to number 2?
Interesting that you had those you had that tight layover as the only option through the Delta through the Amex portal.
No, I also had the direct flight. I did the direct flight that I also booked on Delta. So there was a direct flight that I picked from Delta and Chase, or I'm sorry, from Amex and Chase, and the tight layover. So I did both of them, which is why there's 2 Amex and 2 Chase there.
Got it. So, I mean, you get the FHR. If you get the FHR credits, MQDs and Delta Stays credits if you have the Delta card. If you have a Delta card, those are the only reasons to book through the Delta portal.
I won't book if I can't get MQDs.
Yeah,
or my credit.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting that Bilt was so much more expensive, for sure. And I'm not sure why, but
I don't think they have the same relationship with Delta.
Probably.
And I think that, because hold on, let me go back for a second. Oh no, this was the hotel. The hotel was $600 more than Chase.
Oh, for that same room?
Yeah, the flight was the same as Chase. The room was $600 more.
Ouch.
Yeah. So that was it. Now we move to IAD to LAX. Again, I picked all flights across the country just because. AC Hotel, Marriott, LA. I picked a IHG, Marriott, and then I believe a Hilton for the last one. So I tried to not just pick the same airline or the same hotel, just to see how that shook out. I did a king bed with a city view, again, for the 10th through the 16th. United Portal, and these are all United flights. United Portal 1, $2,940. Beat Direct, which was $3,061. So a little bit cheaper with this one on United to book it all through United.
You get PQPs through United Portal spend?
I don't know.
Because if you don't, it really doesn't make too much sense to go through that, because you don't get significant savings on the United cards. Well, no, you would get PQPs through the United cards. 3,000 spend would get you quite a number of PQPs that way. But we're talking about less than $100 difference between booking direct through United and booking direct through United and the hotel and booking through the United portal, right?
So you would only get the PQPs on the airline part of it, not on the hotel part of it.
Oh yeah, that's another thing they probably the new head of Mileage Plus is going to be looking at and going, "Hey, let's fix that."
Yeah. But roughly you can save a little bit on, I mean, if you're going on the vacations I'm planning for these, like maybe the $100 isn't your break point.
Really not.
Direct again was second place. Chase was third, 3,229. Hotel was more expensive. The flight was the same as direct.
And you said it was an AC, right?
Yes.
Didn't qualify for the edit?
I don't have access to the edit.
Oh, never mind then.
So I can't see any of that. I just have to go through Chase Travel.
I am 99% certain that it would not qualify for the edit. It was the AC Los Angeles downtown, you said?
AC Hotel by Marriott, downtown Los Angeles.
All right, 1 second.
But yeah, the hotel was more expensive. The flight was less.
Makes a certain amount of sense.
Which I get.
Mm-hmm.
I did, to be fair, I did look up all the hotels before. Like, I picked hotels that were well rated and in good areas. I didn't like go for the bottom of the barrel. But Chase was much more expensive on the hotel side than direct. Bilt was $20 more than it was for Chase. And then you have Amex, which the hotel was the same. The flight was $2,800, which means that if you booked this trip on Amex, you're spending $4,746. Matt, that's bad.
Yep.
That's real bad. So all of those were United flights. And then I did the one that surprised me. I did Philly to Portland, first class, obviously. And then I did the Portland, which is a curio collection by Hilton, corner, 1 king bed, downtown city view, again, May 10th through the 16th. Now, I picked Philly because of AA.
Mm-hmm.
I expected AA to... No, I did this all by hand. I legitimately did it all by hand. I did use Obsidian for my notes, though. I did Bilt. Bilt was number one by like $400 if you went with the non-refundable one. Bilt was $2,088. Chase was second for $2,402. Chase, the AA portal, and Amex were all refundable. Just it was an option for all of them.
Okay.
Bilt was not. Bilt had a refundable and a non-refundable. It was $2,088 for non-refundable. It was $2,461 for refundable. So, and some of the Bilt ones I did, it was refundable. Like it was just, there was not an option to have it non-refundable. This one, it was refundable or non-refundable. Like you had to pick. But if you know you're definitely going, Bilt did save you some money here. So it was Bilt, Chase, Bilt. If you wanted refundable, all of those were on United. Those were all United flights. The AA portal was in the middle with $25.36. Direct was in second to last place with $2,641. And for the second time Amex was dead last with 3,008. So almost 1,000 more than the Bilt non-refundable one on this one. So if you're not flying Delta, flights through Amex might not be your best option.
Yeah.
But I think what this showed me is like when we say like check your portals, like some of these surprised me genuinely in terms of like, oh, I wouldn't have thought this, right? Or I would have expected the hotels to be more expensive here or whatever. Hotels for Amex were fine. It really was the flights because they really do air towards Delta, right? But the hotels were fine. And one of them was FHR or Hotel Collection, excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, we just have to. It's like good that we had that you had that research. Obviously, weird that you have to go most favored status with Delta through Amex. Well, no, it's not that weird, honestly. Like they have such an ingrained relationship. Like Chase should have that relationship, that level of relationship with United. I don't know what City will have with AA, but
this was also surprising to me.
It's surprising that they can be, but you're also able to pick up like the bank subsidizing things to use the travel portal because the bank's going to get, the bank can take that commission.
Yeah.
And, pass it to you as a savings. Like they'll take a cut on the commission. And AC is, I forgot AC is on the lower end. And did you run this through Claude Cowork? Maybe?
No. No. I didn't use AI for this one at all.
And Oki West mentions the Silver on Delta doesn't get much in the way of upgrades versus the best you can get is middle seats in Comfort Plus. Doesn't fly enough to care about status, which is totally fair. Like status is great for accelerating your earnings. Status is great like at the very top end. Delta Silver, United Silver, JetBlue Mosaic 1, American Airlines Gold, all of these are not necessarily are not status levels that are fantastic. But when you climb the ladder with the companies, like Mosaic 4 is far more rewarding than Mosaic 1. Yeah. When you get to Diamond Medallion, it's far more rewarding and far better for you than Medallion Silver. Same with Platinum Pro, Executive Platinum Pro, sorry, American Airlines, and Premier 1K. And then there's like Concierge Key and Global Services and Delta 360.
Yeah. I'm not going to be near Delta 360 ever. But yeah, no, it's a good reminder that just going and booking the way that you've always booked may not be the best. Like Direct didn't win any of them. That is helpful. I will have at least gold, if not platinum again next year. So yeah, but it becomes this thing of having the usual workflow of how you book trips, occasionally like checking, right? Like or going and booking it direct or looking at what the prices are direct and then, whatever portal. I will sometimes. I will book some Delta, like any Delta stays or Delta vacations. I book on my I book on my reserve because they don't code for my platinum at 5x. So it becomes this thing where I want the 3x Delta miles. because I might as well just put them on Delta versus putting them on the green and transferring them. He will be back in a second. So for me, Delta stays, Delta vacations always goes on my reserve. So that's helpful. But yeah, this can help too. I'm not a huge fan of Lyft, so I usually just default to Uber. But yeah, it can be very helpful. I should check out Lyft more. I just never do. And this is going to very, very much depend on your airport, right? Like Tampa, it might be amazing if you have Delta status, where like Orlando might be great if you have United. I'm just pulling cities in Florida out of my ass, but like it's going to really depend on who's flying. I know, if you fly out of Philly and you have basic AA status, it's not going to be the same thing as if you have, the status that Craig has. Yeah. What else, Matt? We're at our hour and a half mark. Have you seen Starfleet Academy yet?
I've seen bits and pieces. My dad started watching it. He mentioned something he said that confused me at the time. Starfleet Academy is even further in the future than Disco.
Yes, it is.
Then how is Janet Reno still alive?
She got flung forward. Like, I don't know, man. They haven't really explained that part. I think they're just saying she's,
because I've noticed that we have our obligatory douchey, like this was obvious. Like the analogous is obviously the captain of the football team or frat boy character. Yep. Immediately, I'm like, man, I want him to be cadet victim very quickly.
So he is very much like a fungus. He's going to grow on you a little bit. He is just redeemable enough in, I think, episode 4.
Okay.
That I think it will help. It is on Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
So it becomes this thing where they're sort of doing that thing where like there was the Klingon episode, right? And we learned more about our Klingon cadet. And they did one on Sam today. The episode today was largely on Sam. And I think probably next week they'll probably do one on one of the other ones, right? Like it becomes I think they're taking. I have not watched Prodigy. I really should. I just haven't. They're sort of taking an episode for each to do a deep dive, which I kind of appreciate, right? Because it allows us to get to know them a little deeper than we would organically because the season is so short. Yeah. Excuse me. But it becomes this thing of it's a good show. It has a high school like Saved by the Bell quality, right? Like it is a lot of, and I don't mean that as a negative, right? Like it has a little bit of that high school vibe because they're in the academy, right? They are younger, but I like the characters, even the characters that are kind of being played up as like the Romulan and the Vulcan, and like they've done some weird things. I don't know how the Troy family would feel about how Betazed is being represented. We'll see, but it's been interesting.
Well, this is also a post-apocalyptic, I'm guessing. Like if we've gone further in time than the burn.
Yes.
I don't know how much, better life can get.
I I don't. So here's the thing I have always said. I don't want Star Wars in my Star Trek. I don't love the like gritty, like everybody's at war thing. I really hate how the Klingons look now. Like that drives me nuts. But the most of the show, right? The show that's not focused on the burn specifically, I really like. And then I just have to, deal with um the parts that are gritty reality. But that's not this show's fault, right? That's the world that like the burn and new Trek have really thrust upon us all. Like Picard did the same thing. It's like 7 in Voyager and 7 in Picard are you can tell how one got to the other, but they are very different characters.
Yeah.
I still would like 7 from Picard to go back to an episode of the Voyager just because I think that would be hilarious. Because she would. How long do you think it would take before she punched Tom Paris?
Have a second.
That might be giving quite a lot of grace.
Tom's a very punchable character.
He is a very punchable. The fact that his wife did not punch him more really goes to her restraint.
Hot take. I think I would have preferred that they have kept the Nick Locarno character instead of it becoming Tom Paris. Like, I know they couldn't keep the Nick Locarno character due to like the writer who wrote the Academy-based episodes that introduced Nick Locarno wouldn't release the script and wouldn't release the character. But like, if Locarno was allowed onto Voyager, or like Locarno had joined the Maquis and then joined the Voyager crew, that would have been slightly more interesting. And I think he tried to play Tom Paris as Nick Locarno, but I don't know, something.
I think the writing back in those days, you have to give some grace.
Yeah.
I think some of it is just like a lot of the infrastructure of it is gone, right? A lot of the things that would have happened, like when you see flashbacks of like Picard in the Academy, right? Like that's not the world these characters are from.
No. Finding building lift bank is working for my non-ride months. Buy $25 for future ride and get the credit. You're getting the credit on the CSR with the. Are you getting the credit on the Sapphire Reserve, or are you getting the credit on like a United card? Because I haven't noticed that the Sapphire Reserve has posted for that the Sapphire Reserve credit has posted for Lyft. I would much rather bank like I'd spend $15 a month to save 10. And like have
you would pay $5 a month.
So you have to buy 25 at a time in Lyft cash.
Oh, okay.
In Lyft cash.
I gotcha.
Yeah. Haven't seen the new series yet. Do they bring back the Ferengi like Quark? I haven't seen any Ferengi I've noticed, but that doesn't mean
there is a Ferengi, I think, in the background of some scenes.
Okay.
I don't know all the species because they've introduced some new ones, and I'm like the captain is, oh god, it's also the blonde one from Disco, the doctor, I think. Starts with an L. Oh god.
Doctor from Disco.
Or from one of the other ones. She was also, I think, in Princess Bride.
Yeah. No, she was not, because Princess Bride is Robin Wright and Holly Hunter.
No, it's not. It's not Robin Wright. She was the wife of the You're Not Dead, Just Mostly Dead. I'm trying to think of her name. Hold on. Hold, please.
Because I know the first officer of the ship that like is hosting the cadets is a Jem'Hadar Klingon hybrid.
Yes, and we do find more in the Klingon episode. We find out more about her a little bit.
Okay, Lanthanite.
Lanthanite. Thank you.
Okay.
I knew it was started with an L, but yeah, that's an interesting Pella from Strange New World. I knew it was one I hadn't seen. Thank you. I appreciate you, Josh. But yeah, it is a very interesting character. I'm enjoying her. Holly Hunter has that quirky bit about her that works really well in this context, that I've enjoyed.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I know it discounts the ride. And yeah, I just wish it would work as a proper credit. That would be fine. That would be better. I don't mind the $10 discount. I don't, but there are months where I don't use Lyft, and I don't love like letting it languish.
Why? And I mean that, like, what is it about it that bothers you?
Oh, letting it languish?
Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate that it's not like taking up much mental space where it's like, oh, I have to go use this $10 credit. But I also wouldn't mind like building up a stash so that when I need to use Lyft, I don't have to think about like how much Lyft I'm using.
Yeah, that's fair.
Again, I'm expending no mental energy on the Lyft credit in any way, shape, or form. Like,
it's fair. But anything else you would like to talk about today? Are you using any AI? I mean, we both use them for images, things like that. I am trying out Gemini because that is the rumor that, well, it's not even a rumor at this point. Google and Apple are working together.
Yep.
Siri is going to change. It's going to be Gemini part of it, or different things. There's different rumors. So I've been trying Gemini. I'm really enjoying Gemini, like more than ChatGPT.
So I've prior to Nano Banana Pro being implemented into Gemini 3, I would turn to Gemini for the occasional, like, I ran out of image generation on GPT.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like I went into Gemini and I was just like, hey, take this. It was really, really annoying, the process that you'd have to go through, because you have to like relearn a whole new process
Right.
to tell Gemini like what you want and how you want it. There were times where I was just like, where I would just write, dude, you've given me the same thing 6 times. This is not what I'm asking for. Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe we should just restart.
Or you could do what I tell you to.
Right. Which is why I don't call this intelligence. They're large language models that are not actively, but like over time adapting. Like they will adapt to your colloquialisms, your way of like your voice. Don't love that GPT has images of me that they can use for learning, for their learning. Is what it is. It's the price we pay. Going to install Claude Cowork on one of my Mac Minis. I have a couple of text-based language models on my MacBook Pro. I've got to go back to them.
Claude is great unless you want an image, and then holy shit, is it bad?
Well, that's because Claude is not meant for images. Claude is meant for...
Yes, but they also give you the ability to try images, and you should not.
Oh, no. That will come in time, I'm sure. But Claude is... Like, if I wanted to actually get into programming...
And it's really good if you've written something and just need it, like, copy edited.
Yeah.
It's very good for that.
I primarily use GPT to punch up my YouTube descriptions. How much has it... And I also use it for the thumbnail generation over the last like 3 months. I've noticed some growth in activity on it, but about to cancel my Google One because Samsung will probably give me Google One for 6 months again when I buy the S26 Ultra. That's fair. I don't know. Like, I've gotten some engagement on the thumbnails that I've done. I've gotten some engagement on some of the other stuff, but like, I haven't noticed a significant change between, you know, having Descript just throw together the description and the description that I can get out of GPT. I vastly prefer the description I can get from GPT, but yeah, I don't necessarily like I'm still keeping my use cases limited. I will use
Yeah.
Copilot a little bit more. I'll start using Copilot more, just because most of my documentation lives in what do you call it? Lives in Microsoft.
hmm
So I will probably use Copilot more. And if I want to get into Power BI, I need Copilot to just write DAX for me.
Yeah. I'm enjoying Gemini. I use Claude fairly often for writery things.
Mhm.
I actually at work, AI has started to be a thing, and Claude is one of the through our portal. We don't know.
So a bunch of options have been presented. There was a frequent Myler article that came out a couple of days ago where I think Greg was presented the City Strata Elite as a card, not the Premier, not the Strata, but the Strata Elite as an option. The AT&T Mile, one of the AT&T cards that produces thank you points and can also be converted to a custom cash, but it didn't do a custom cash directly. You could also go down to the AA Mile Up card, or you could go up to the Globe.
The AA card would be, or the AT&T card would be interesting for me because I think it gives you a discount on AT&T. And oh no, I'm thinking of a different card.
You're thinking of Verizon, T-Mobile.
Okay, I retract that.
Yeah.
You see how much I look at city cards.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be a bit of a crapshoot. And I'm pretty sure it's just going to be individualized.
I also think it's going to be, oh, you can't do this. It's going to be a lot of hang up call again.
Yeah.
I think they get united, personally.
They're getting a hotel not to get excited about. They are getting an airline to get someone excited about in one world.
When is the cards that are going to disappoint people coming out?
Tomorrow.
Monday?
They
Oh,
go the
tomorrow.
weekend. They're just autographed journey copies, one for Premier banking customers and one for private banking customers. It's exactly the same features as the autograph journey, same annual fee, but you are going to get 100,000 points on the welcome offer on like 6,000 spend in 3 months. And they're going to be $95 Visa Infinite cards. So if you like Visa Infinite travel protections and the other things that Visa Infinite cards can give you, that the new Wells Fargo cards would be of interest. Autograph Beyond is currently, to my knowledge, not on the roadmap for this year. That could change, but all I've heard right now is there's a plan for adding transfer partners quarterly. The most recent transfer partners that I was told about, and I'm not going to say them directly because like I don't want to get people in trouble. One is a hotel chain that is still beyond the horizon. Yes, it is. Thank you. One of the transfer partners I was told about is a hotel chain that will not excite necessarily, and a one roll partner that does give pretty good redemptions.
So it's not Hyatt. I think we can officially say they're not getting Hyatt.
No. Oh, and Carissa went out of her way to say that the new Rove partners that are supposed to be launching by the end of the month,
not Hyatt.
Not Hyatt. She was like, I know you guys want I know you guys ask about it all the time. You're going to be happy. She said, you're going to be happy, and there's going to be some unexpected ones. But I can tell you right now, not Hyatt.
I love that that's a disclaimer for points and miles. Not Hyatt.
Not Hyatt.
All right, Matt. I think we have said the words tonight.
I believe we have.
That is a good guess. We'll see. I don't know. You canceled your autograph, Tariq, so it doesn't matter to you.
Yeah. I think he was saying that for Rove.
Oh.
Is what it is. Yeah, I did a video on Rove's Built Better promotion. Check that out. Check out our other videos. Check out the podcast. We've got close, but not quite.
We are close to 1,000. We should hit it probably by next week.
Yep. US Bank will give us Uzbekistan Air in 2027. I don't know.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We appreciate it. We appreciate all of you. There's 35 still in here at 10:30 at night on the East Coast. So we appreciate you guys. We will be back next week. And I'm sure, hopefully by then I'll have a Bilt card. Let me see. Let me see if it's moved to shipped. Hold, please.
Yeah.
Nope. Still building my card.
There you go. We are at 984 subscribers. So if y'all can get if 3 of you could convince, 2 friends, and then those 2 friends could convince another 2 friends, we would hit 1,000.
Yeah. All right, guys. We will see you all next week. Check out stackyourpoints.com. All the links, all the places. Bye for now.
Say good night, Matt.
Good night, Matt.